There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. There's no knowing where we're rowing, or which way the river's flowing. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing? Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell a-glowing? Is the grisly reaper mowing? Yes, the danger must be growing, for the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing. That's good. I'll say that to a bunch of random children. I believe that Willy Wonka is a Time Lord. I have lots of evidence to back up this claim, and his personality just screams Time Lord. It just does, okay? You can't sit here and tell me that I'm wrong.
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong?
So first off, personality-wise, the Doctor, he tends to get a little jaded if he's left without a companion for too long. I think that's something that happens with all Time Lords because they wind up living so long that they're a little disconnected from society. Willy Wonka, as a Time Lord himself, has figured this out. So every 25 years, he invites a bunch of children into his factory to take over. But I think he's had multiple factories, and they're all on alternate planes of existence. But the Doctor wasn't able to have multiple planes of existence. There's an explanation in the original saying that his TARDIS was just not powerful enough to do that. It's possible, but his TARDIS is not able to. What if Willy Wonka's is? He's able to travel to pocket universes and explore time and space. It also makes sense because the time periods don't line up. The three movies are 25 years apart. If you do the math, the latest movie is the 2005 rendition. It's based in the 1990s. If Willy Wonka were to live that whole time span, in that movie he was 75 years old. Does he look 75 years old to you? No, he doesn't. He doesn't look 75 years old because he's probably way older than that. In the new Wonka movie, they talk about his mom. In the 1940s movie, his mom passed away. They don't explain how she passed away. She just passed away. They said she got sick. And he always saw her as young. But what if she died of old age? What if she was human? And that's why she passed away. And then he was forced to live with his dad. At this point, he hasn't really lost his mind that much, especially because he's been living with his human mother this whole time. It seems like he's going on track as a human being. He doesn't realize that he's a Time Lord yet. He thinks he's a normal person just like everybody else. He's just got like this genius about him. His mom loved chocolate, and so he got into the profession of chocolatier. All Time Lords have a tendency to click onto something and to just stick with it. And because his mother introduced him to chocolate, that's what it wound up being. So when he goes to live with his father because his mom passed away, this guy, and he's against him eating chocolate of any kind, he starts to rebel. And what does his father do? If you leave this house, I won't be here when you get back. And that's exactly what happened. Willy Wonka went to go see his father again, and the entire building is just gone. Like, it just vanished into thin air. And at the end of the movie, after we see Willy Wonka leave the building in a floating box that can go all directions, we find his father's house completely intact, uprooted, in the middle of nowhere. Almost like it's a TARDIS. And then, of course, there's a floating box here. And then, of course, in the Willy Wonka 2005 rendition, this is what the TV room looks like. And this is what a classic inside of a TARDIS looks like. Coincidence?
I think not!
Impossible. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that Willy Wonka is the son of a Time Lord. His mother is a human. He is a hybrid. And he has Time Lord technology. And he has used it to travel to different places in time and space to get all of these unique flavors that aren't humanly possible for humans to be able to attain, but he can. And that's why his chocolate sells more than anybody else's. That's why he's famous. And on top of that, it explains all the bridges and gaps in time and the different faces. He's had a couple re-renditions. It also explains why in the later movies he's batshit insane. Like, he goes crazy. But in the newest movie, he's not crazy. Which means that something had to have happened. AKA, he was isolated from people for a really, really long time. Because you see in the new Wonka movie, the prequel, he's around a bunch of people. He has friends. And they help him. And he gets through things. What happened to them? We don't know. But they very easily could have just passed away from something, or something else could have happened. But it makes sense that he has an affinity towards the impoverished, because all of his friends, before he went insane, were impoverished. So yeah, but that's just a theory. I'm sorry, I had to. I love him. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. I couldn't help it, okay? Bye!